Hello guys, can you hear me? Doing a sound check. Can you hear me? Do you hear me guys? Loud and clear. All right, great, thank you. Wasn't sure. So as you can see, I'm testing some stuff on the Twitch functions. And now you can do those fancy Clade voices. Pick your favorite Clade sound. Can't fish anymore. Why not? That's unfortunate. Thirst of the Supreme. 1 second, I'm trying to... Uno momento, guys. Uno momento. All right, so we got some stuff going on today, guys. We got a horse race to do today, so wonder who will be the winners. How should I start? Beginner. Nisam. I need Mortal Line. So yeah, at first Mortal Line can be
another one.
Iron just subscribed. I'm pumped for next month. Thank you for subscription. Yeah, Mortal Line can be quite overwhelming at first. We've been working quite hard on the newbie experience, the first hour's experience of Mortal Line on Haven, which we have the tutorial for new players. I'm just gonna see if we can see. All right, guys, I'm a little behind schedule today, so I'm trying to catch up here on everything. Sorry for being a little distracted here. Please revert losing stamina when you get hit.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we've been discussing that internally and also with our test team to figure out what people were referring to when saying revert the stamina changes, as it sounded as we have done any stamina changes, which we haven't at all. But yeah, since the Comet beta started, I guess we were referring to some of those specific functions. So we're going through that. We did find a few issues, bugs, and randomness that affect the stamina, and we were guessing that was where some of you guys were referring to when it comes to revert the changes. Because there's no change to revert, we need to identify what you're meaning with this. But we are on it, so we are trying to fix that to be in a proper order. Is it possible to catch any fish at 100% rate to only catch that specific fish with the proper knowledge? So there are a lot of fishes, as you have noticed, and there are even more types of baits and combinations. So if you combine all these things like time of day, depth, what type of sea, ocean, lake, etc., and then yes, the factors of bait, there's a quite big spectrum of what kind of fishes you can catch using these. which means if you pinpoint more accurately the optimal catch ratio for a specific type of fish, which, you know, is one of the knowledge behind becoming a good fisherman, that's how you can do it. Assassin, thank you for the bits. And you can explain why you made Mountain Majory and it double stacks handicaps. The reason you gave for a long cast time was that it was for free. Now it's 100% points. You add 100 action points, and now the concentration is 30% on top of that long casting time. 4/5 cost cast will be interrupted, and most times 5/5 will be interrupted. How do you explain mage not being able to play under pressure and damage? Good question. So we got the first step in place, which is obviously important. The same kind of investments and costs on mounts, just like mounted archery, mounted combat, and so forth. So we got that in place now. And that means we do need to look over the balance in terms of the other points you mentioned, like interruption and cast time, for instance. So we're looking into that and gathering feedback to see if we want to tweak those numbers now when you actually are on the same level as mounted archery and mountain combat with the skill points requirements to be effective. So we will see. Will pilfering be at launch? No, thievery will come later. There's quite a big important parts that we need to make sure are properly in place and balanced and more tested before we put it live, because it's a big thing. Not playing mounted is pretty not that much option in Mortal 2. Not really. I mean, the world is big, yes. If you want to travel a lot, then yes, horses are the key of fast traveling. But there will be areas, regions, hotspots, etc., where you may not use a mount at all. But yeah, just roaming over the world, then that is kind of a good thing to use. Those things will change, especially since we're going live when you build your bases, when players spreading out in the world, trying to occupy lands, trying to maintain control, etc. That's when you may be more, you know, specifically on foot or a combination of whatever you need. Yeah, so we're gonna do the horse race before we continue on Q&A, and I also have a little sneak peek today. So I'm gonna jump into the game, guys, and I hope to see you there. So we're gonna start the race outside of Meduli. I'm gonna show you where we have a starting line where we're gonna gather all the players that want to participate. Whoa! Irony Integrity Clutch got a hoodie. Good afternoon, Henrik. Time is getting closer. Join Integrity to get the knowledge you need. Any progression on kite shields? No progression yet on kite shields. We need more animation time, and they're quite occupied with the last batch of creatures and bosses that goes into the release. So sometime after release, we will cover more of those areas, and I hope you enjoy that hoodie. Yeah, we're planning to deploy the next patch next week, so we're getting close to that patch. Okay, I'm gonna jump in the game. So guys, go to Meduli. I'm gonna be at the start line, and we're gonna kind of sign in every participant of the race before we start, and then we have a finish line where we're gonna cover the finish line to see who's the winner. So get your horse and go to Meduli if you want to participate in this awesome race. Let me see, we have
Oh my
god, another one. All right, we see some horsemen here. I'm gonna obviously go to Here we go. All right. Got the horse rides going. So we have a starting line. Do you have the information of the starting line? I need to get up to date here. So, so we have a starting line we're gonna arrange here. There's a road close to this tower. One moment, I'm gonna see how the hell do I show this. I'm gonna show you guys where we wanna do the starting line, and we can start going there and prepare. Let me add a picture. So, okay, so this is where we plan to have the starts. So you can see we see Medulli in the background, the stronghold. There's a natural road here. So if you guys can go to this location, that's where we gather everyone that want to participate. So I'm trying to go there myself. I think you need a horse, Henrik. I don't know if I'm gonna participate because it can be quite chaotic, and I'm handling a lot of different things at the same time. And you know, I may get lost, I may get killed. Anything can happen. And I think that you guys want to see who's reaching the finish line, right? And I can cover that. So I can go to the finish line with the help of a GM. Do you agree? Or, I mean, I don't even know if I have riding on this. No. I haven't really prepared this character to participate in the race. Alright, so this is the road that I marked out on this picture, guys. So this would be the starting line right here. All right, so I want anyone that want to participate in this race should be on the right side of this road. You can just fill on here anyone that want to participate. Alright, so we're gonna wait a while until we have those that want to participate in this race are here lined up, and we're gonna go through the people that are participating before we start the race. I'm gonna put this in the corner here so people can see where we are. Thurs are the supreme. Eric is the step horse only. So the rules should be in the poster, right? Let me take a look. I haven't had the time at all. I'm not arranging this events. I'm just trying to cover it and launch it pretty much. So let's see. Let's see. Where do we have the announcement here? So read it more about it and prizes, what you can win here. Step sprints. So I can link the link in here as well if you haven't cashed it already. I was going to finish the race on foot. Good question. So I have pretty much two options. Either I get a horse now trying to tag along. You know, it can become chaos. We don't have any rules, you know, when it comes to wars. So So I wonder, of course, if I manage to tag along, and that could be interesting. But if I don't manage to, or war happens, then it could be quite less spectacular to see me fiddling around on the step. So I could get a fast travel to the finish line and be ready there to meet the guys participating. So let's give it a moment until we start the next step here in the horse race. People gonna need to find this location here and go here to participate. So every horse is allowed. You can use any horse you want, apparently. So any horse is good. Desert, steppe, whatever. It's up to you. They're quite close now in the latest patch, as you may have noticed. They are on par, on the same speed. They have some minor differences in stamina, regen stamina use, and minor differences in speed. So they're quite close to each other's in this current build. And a lot of participants. Yeah, I agree. I was expecting quite more, or this will be quite an easy or high chance of going for that price. But I'm not sure if people have got the information yet. Let's see. We're giving it a moment. I'm gonna fix one thing here. All right, we're gonna give it a few more minutes before we go to the next step. It's a bit early, yeah, for the US people. I know we're a little bit early. Usually 1 hour or half hour from now is usually when we see a lot of more Americans pop in. I guess people are getting home or something. A little early. I mean, it all depends on where we are, Professor, right? But we see a peak around 29 every day, my time, which is 30 minutes from now. That's where we usually have the peak. So we're getting close to the peak, where a lot of people show up. 2:30 p.m. East Coast time. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with One World Server, right? We are all in different time zones. It's it has these cool factors in terms of the peak is more even out, which is quite cool. It's not as drastic when everyone is sleeping or everyone is awake. So I'll be there, but leaving town in 30 minutes. Yeah. I guess that's those 30 minutes I was talking about before we reach a bigger peak on a daily basis. Look at all the MAs. Yeah, I think they're prepared, right? I mean, we're not in a rush, so we can give it a moment before we start. So we have all the rules on the link I posted. So again, here's the link if you want to read up on what's going down today. So the race will start at Meduli and end at Vada. That is the main rule, right? The starting point will be outside Meduli. Henrik will start the race during this stream. So that's where we are right now. We are getting lined up to getting ready to start. Anyone participating in a race must be present at Meduli when the race starts. We will have GMs following the participants and watching the finish line to confirm the winner. The finish line in the front entrance of Vada. You must pass through the gates into the town to finish the race. In true Mortal Online fashion, PvP is allowed during the race, and you may use any means necessary against other players to ensure your victory. The first participant to cross the finish line wins the race. The winner will be contacted via Discord for their prizes. So pretty straightforward, right? All you have to do is show up right here with your horse and any gear you want. And then I'm gonna count down and start the race soon. And then you head for Vada. Any way you want, go to Vada, enter the city. We're gonna have GMs that are covering the finishing line there to confirm who you are and who is the winner. But first we're gonna line up here. We're gonna confirm anyone that participates. Gonna get jumped mid-race. You know, that's up to the players. Let's see if the players have any plans or what's going on. That's up to you guys. There's no rules after, you know, when we start the race, pretty much. You just have to go there. Obviously, you need to ride on your mounts, right? No recreating a character showing up. Obviously, you know, like one of those races. I imagine 90% of the people in this race are Kodo. Yeah, maybe that's true. We'll see. I mean, anyone can show up for it and participate with groups, friends, or solo. Doesn't matter. Carmageddon. Ammo 2 edition, indeed. Carmageddon. That old game, I remember the first Carmageddon game was quite cool. I enjoy that game. And then Carmageddon 2, right? Quite old, but pretty cool. Ah, Discord sounds. Sorry, my bad again. Always... Okay, how did I do it again? Let's see. The mystery of disabling... Okay, this is silent. So both are silent. This is the thing I never understand. I muted both of them, but we still hear the sounds. I'm gonna go in and mute all freaking things I can find. I got scared there with the bass. The bass! Okay, let's see if it's silent now, guys. Hopefully. Let me know. Stream mode is what you need. Yeah, and I have it on. Let me check again. So let me see. So settings and streaming. Yeah, exactly. So in streaming, I have everything on. Activate streaming mode on. That's it. I have it on, but I still hear those sounds. Why is that? Why the hell is that? I still hear those annoying Discord pops, even though I have streamer mode on. So I went to volume mixer and disable all Discord sounds, and hopefully that should be it. Let's see.
Uglier the Supreme.
Yeah, Discord should be in and helping as well with confirming in this race.
Valorant the Supreme. Thursa the Supreme.
Quit Discord. But I don't... Yeah, I heard it now.
Valorant
Jesus.
the Supreme.
Okay, maybe can do busy status.
Human the Supreme.
Okay, where do I change the busy status again? I could change it to busy status, right? And I should hopefully not. Okay, here. Okay. I'm on busy now. So let's see.
Thursa the Supreme.
Okay, that seems to work. Perfect. Thanks. Now we don't have that annoyance, even though it's so freaking strange, right? I muted it in the system volume. I put it on streamer mode, and we still hear those sounds. I had to click busy on my status to get removed of it. So finally, silence. Now I know I can do that at least. Great. All right, we have a few more people here. Let's give it a little bit more. We have quite a wide line from there to here. I guess, yeah, gonna be interesting. The race to Vada, guys. Gonna be interesting. How do you like those Clade Supreme voices? I'm experimenting with some fancy stuff, so you can, you know, express your Clade supremacy. Spiritist needs an ether mount. Indeed, indeed, that would be cool. Alright, gonna give it a little bit more before we call to action. And what's your guess on CCU on every evening of 25th of January? Oh, the big question, right? We have been cranking the life out of us to be as ready as we possibly can, and have the server expanded in every possible form as well. But the big question remains, how many will we have on that chaotic day? One thing is for sure, we can expect chaos and madness. I'm pretty sure of that. And just like any other big MMO release, that is always a very big challenge to remain or keep under control. But, you know, we have done everything we can, and we are as prepared as we possibly can. And we will be ready on release day and moving forward, you know, to do what we can. I'm terrified. When does this start? So we're gonna give it a few more minutes. People are getting home, rushing home to the computer to participate in the race. So gonna wait a little bit more until we go for it. So if you haven't read up about the race, or if you don't know, you can go to that website. I'm gonna post a link one more time. Very easy rules. All you have to do is show up here on this line. We're gonna confirm anyone that is ready. So you're pretty much approved for the race. And then the race is for going to Vada.
Oh
my god.
Another one.
Sutner, wish me luck. Good luck, Sutner. Twitch on the phone is garbage, just a huge black box or only audio and can only to chat message at the time. Yeah, doesn't sound too fancy. You yeah. What are the chances of an ambush happening in Nevada Forest? Good question, good question. We will see, we will see. I mean, there's quite open ground. You can always try to find your own way. That is, you know, a side step. Remember the last races we had, you know, the obvious thing is to go straight forward, right? With a lot of people, which also means could be dangerous. So we saw a few people actually going a side step and hiding a little bit from everyone else. Because yeah, you never know if there's any gangsters in the main road waiting for people, right? And some of them could even be allied with some of the participants. So you have to take a chance or find your own way. Watch out for them gangsters. Indeed. All right, let's see how many do we have now here. These guys are just here to watch, I guess. They don't have any horses. Artisans, monk, old guard, North Order, the Rain, old guard. I got, what is it, 2 people over there. They don't want to be here with us, guys. So yeah, not too many actually, so there's a good chance for someone to claim victory of this race. Let's see. Shall we give it a little bit more, or are we ready to get going? What do you think, guys? Not a single Koto. No Koto, nothing to see here. Okay, let's see if we can get ready then. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is, now when everyone is lined up on this side of the road, looking good, stay still, because we're gonna trade you a unit of Tea of Death. Okay, and that is what you trade in Vada to also prove, you know, that you are the right participants. So stay still, lined up, and you're gonna get Tea of Death traded to you, and that is your proof and key to be able to have a chance for victory. It would help if you guys can line up quite close to each other's. I know we have some people spread out, so if you don't mind, get close to this line, as close as you can, just to get the trade, and then you can move out a little bit again if you want to stay away from the group of people. That will help. So yeah, let's see that you coming closer. Great, thank you. And then yeah, stay close to the line and stay still until you got the trade of Tea of Death. That is your key and proof to having a chance for victory in Vada. And we're gonna wait now until you all have that item traded and in your belongings. And after that, you can spread out a little bit again if you wish, as soon as you have that item. And then when everyone is ready, I'm gonna do the start of the race. So we're getting closer, guys. Don't drink it. Very good. Very good. Don't drink that tea of death. You need it to trade in beta. Good call. Good call, Caldrin. Or Michael Twitch 1, I mean. Alright, we're getting closer to this madness race of death. Carmageddon MO2 edition. I had them, they're easy to get. We're talking about some regions and magic stuff here. Henrik, when will the playable Redman be added? So we haven't confirmed or said that we will have other playable races at this point. So that is still the case. In the future, there are though... we have some thoughts and plannings that may happen in the future. But for now, these are our playable races in clays that you have in the game so far. That is the, the core. So we're not planning to have any playable races anytime soon, other than these. But like I said, it doesn't mean. Obviously, we have thought about these things as well. But right now, we can't even look at it. As you know, we are quite busy with other areas first. But we will eventually, revisit those thoughts and ideas we had even 15 years ago for Mortal Online. So, there could be something, but too early. Jotunklade.
Hello, my friend didn't get the tea of death.
I want to be a Centaur, so I'm always a mounted archer. Yeah. Yeah, first focus on, getting the last pieces in place and the big fixes we need to have in place before release is obviously the main focus right now for me and the team. And we're getting closer and closer and exciting, but we still have a few things left that we need to deliver in our upcoming patches. All right, let's see what is the status currently. I think we're getting closer, guys.
So do we need a potion?
Oh my god, another one.
Another one.
Wait. Oops. Clicked wrong. What do you say?
Do we need a potion or something? Did I hear that right? Is proof of that we made it or no?
Yeah, so you have a... Did you get the item?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so stay in the line still and you will get an item traded.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
So any mounted guy here that want to participate, stand still in the line and you will get an item traded to you. Tea of death. You don't want to drink it, you don't want to throw it away. You're gonna accept that item. It's your key to participate, pretty much. Oh my god, we're getting some... am I missing? Pierce with the gifts. Thank you, man. When is next patch? I'm hoping it fixes me not being able to hear anyone chat in game. What the hell? What do you mean hear anyone chat? So it's two things. One is VoIP and one is the chat. Which one do you mean? What do you mean is the problem here? Icolor with a gift. Thank you, man. I'm a VoIP. Okay, so your VoIP is not working. So yeah, in this next patch, we've actually built the missing pieces to control your VoIP in game. So what? One of the main issues is that it uses the Windows default input and outputs, which can be anything you have set, which means it could be wrong when you play in a game. And you have to set that default Windows setting for the right input output you want to use before starting the game. And that is, can be anything for the players. So we actually fixed this in the next patch where you can go into the settings and pick the input output in the game in real time and finally get it working. So Repro booted gamer, in this next patch it should be fixed for you, my friend. Yeah, it's most likely that issue that I just described. Your output is not the one you use for your microphone when you're talking, so that's why they can't hear you. So in this next patch you will be able to pick your input, and if you don't know, you can just go one by one through them and you will see which one works eventually. So yeah, next patch, we're getting there, guys. We're getting those annoyance and nasty things fixed and in place in these upcoming patches. Okay, so if there's anyone that haven't got the Tea of Death yet, can you come close to me on mount here? If there's anyone that doesn't have the Tea of Death. Anyone? Anyone? Or does everyone have it? Okay, here we have one guy. Gola. Alright. Stand next to me and we will have you sorted. Great, thank you. Wait here one moment. One moment. Okay, you should be getting the Tea of Death. Great. Looks like you got it. And it looks like we are ready. So everyone got the Tea of Death. Everyone is lined up perfectly fine. Alright, then just one moment and we will start the race. I'm gonna do a little run up. I just wanna confirm that everyone have a Tea of Death. If you don't have Tea of Death, talk to me. If you don't have Tea of Death item, talk to me, guys. I'm confirming that you all need Tea of Death.
Yes, sir.
Tea of Death. Everyone got Tea of Death. Tea of Death. Everyone got Tea of Death. Alright, looks like everyone has it.
We don't
Excellent.
have tea.
Sorry?
We don't have tea.
Okay, you don't have tea. Both of you. North order.
Yes.
Okay, stay still and we will get you Tea of Death. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Y'all remember to pick up your Vata task. Good one, good one. Yeah, 2 for 9, or we are fully aware of the dice rolls that is quite lower on Thursar compared to the other races. And it shall not be like that. We understand the annoyance behind that. Obviously when you do a task and you do the work, you should get the reward as well. It shouldn't be a dice that you don't get it sometime. So we're working on fixing that, just we need a little bit more patience before we got it. Okay guys, you're good, right? You got it, right?
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
Gucci, right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we have.
Alright, you got it. Great. Alright, then do you are you watching my stream as well, guys?
Yeah, we watched.
Alright, I'm just gonna see how I can start it so everyone knows when the start is. One moment, we're gonna start soon.
Oh.
Alright, let's see. We got a decent group here now. It's gonna be interesting to see who's the winner. Is this a new guy? Ma'am? Are you participating? looks like it. Alright, alright. It looks like we're ready. Then I'm gonna... I think I can write in help as well. There's a little horse race starting in 10 seconds. Okay guys, so 10 seconds from now. One second. 1 second, we're close, guys. 1 second, I'm just confirming with the other side as well. Oh. So we have the finish line, everything set. Get this party started. Gotta start. Go soon. Yeah. We're getting close. We're getting close, guys. All right. Right. So, if you happens that you can't enter VADA because of standings, etc., you can still run in. We will capture the entering VADA, who is the winner, and you know, you may die, you may get killed by the guards, but we can still work with that. So if that is an issue for any one of you, you can keep that in mind, that you can still enter the city and be the winner. But yeah, you may risk being killed by guards, but we will still confirm that you came, you won, and you had the item, even though you dies. All right, so let's start it then. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Go, guys. Go. Got a slow start here on these guys, but alright, here's another one that is a little bit slow start here. Maybe he missed it. Go! I guess he missed the start. All right, I'm gonna go to the finishing line. Poor guy. He was so close. All right, guys. The race is on. The race is on. Now I'm gonna go to the finish line, and we will welcome the winner.
Hey, you wanna do a 1v1 before you leave, bro?
You talking to me? Is he talking to me? I'm going to the finishing line now, guys, so we'll catch the winner there. Boom, there we go, guys. Going to God mode. So this is my normal character. Oh my Jesus. This is my normal character, so no God powers here. Okay, we're in VADA, guys. We are in VADA, so here's the entrance we're looking for. And the people should be coming fairly soon. Let's see if we can get a little high coverage of this. Where's these guys? Integrity.
Henrik.
Yeah.
Hi. Love
Hi.
the game so far.
Hello.
Please fix the pet taming node line thing.
We're fixing.
Because I want to be a tamer.
You will be a tamer, my friend. You just have to wait on the node
Get
fix.
out of here, Agony. There's nothing wrong with making an honest request in a civilized manner.
Indeed. Yeah, we have our eyes on the node fixes. We are working on it, so it'll be good.
And then maybe something about the melee desync bug where you like hear a hit and it's blocked. That actually happened. I'm not making my Christmas list too long here.
Yeah.
He talks a lot.
I do talk a lot, but I speak the truth. Thank you.
All right, so right.
Oh, you're talking about
Come on, boy.
Quite a gang here already that is watching the. Oh my jeez, watching the finish line. I wanted to have that high ground. Got a freaking horse in the roof.
Can we get some Vada Caliphate to push him out of town and kill him? Anybody up for that? But, yeah, scoot. Got it done.
I love you, Henrik.
How long do you think it's gonna take them to show up, guys? From Meduli to Vada? How many minutes are you guys
So no one's allowed to
calculating or estimating it will take? Yeah, I'm gonna remove the line. Good call. We don't need that. Boom, that's better. Look at that freaking cool tattoo. Look at him. Fucking love it.
Mwah!
the golden marks. Only a true Ogmir can carry those golden pieces imprinted in the skin. Any other clade would die from that procedure. So, you know, it's the Ogmir Supreme. The Ogmir Supreme, guys.
If it's on a full desert horse, they'll probably get here in about 20 minutes.
What about the steppe that has better stamina? That's the
Steps
question.
take forever. They're gonna stam out, and they just lost the race. They lost the race before they even started.
All right. Yeah, it looks like there were mostly desert horses participating. So how long does it gonna take, you think? Don't bring the Jotun. Yeah, not the best suited for a long sprint race.
Question.
What's that? Do we have any bets, guys? Any of the guys? How long it's gonna take until they're here? What do you think, guys?
I'm surprised they didn't just start killing each other. If I was in the lead, I would have killed everybody behind me.
I have a nice beard.
Oh, thank you. Next competition is GM accounts. Utron, yeah, I mean, I guess I can fly around, but it would be chaotic to cover that at the same time as doing all the other things I'm doing. So I enjoy chilling through these streamings. Enjoy being relaxed, cover some discussions, questions, showing some stuff, and you know, it depends on what kind of streaming. Obviously, sometimes it's in-game content stuff, like then obviously I need to play, but it's relaxing as well, just to covering and watch what's going on, and etc. Can fix the standings quests. Yeah, we are fixing that. So we're fully aware of the standings and parcels, the dice rolls and rewards. We're working on that along with our final stuff in the upcoming patches. North Order wins. You think so, eh? What titles will we have on release? So on release, you're gonna have both a bunch of the original clade tattoos, and you will also have options to pick a starting nation along with that nation tattoo.
Kill the baby pigs!
The rest will be in game later, you know, depending on standings and what you discover as a player. How do we lose weight in game? One quite effective thing. There are some components in food cooking that is, we're trying to promote to be a more convenient and, effective, profitable way for cooking. So you can actually eat effective specific food types that affect your weight up or down. We're working on that. One way, common way is also pretty much to die and consume health. That helps also to make you fatigued and pretty much go down in weight. And how goes it going? Kermos, it's good, it's good. We have started the horse race, and I'm here in Vada waiting on the one that is victorious of this race that should be coming in a few moments. Redixa, orders are super important for new player retention. Yes, indeed. We are working on finalizing buy orders. Like, who's this guy? Like Sebastian said, the codes are pretty much done for it. There's only a few things we need to check off until it's fully done. Integrity. So we plan to have it as soon as we possibly can. Tasty Bison with the subscription. Or it was, yes, Unleashed with the gift. Thank you, man. As a graphics engine, it's super nice. So this is Unreal Engine 4, and we are planning to take the step over to Unreal Engine 5 shortly after release. So we're getting slowly moving forward. I mean, we're super happy and proud of what we accomplished with Engine 4. We pretty much squeezed the life out of it, as you can see. It's a very beautiful game. Very beautiful, and we have really pushed the boundaries in terms of building a huge open world without instances or loading screens, and still, retain an impressive performance. And when we move over to Engine 5, we plan to push the visual boundaries even further, and also benefit from some of their optimization improvement in the system that we also use. That should, improve things even better, performance-wise. Will this be on Epic Games too? Yes, we plan to have this on Epic Games platforms as well, as soon as we possibly can. I can't say at this point if it will be ready for release day or sometime shortly after. We're doing our best to cover it as soon as we can. Same thing with GeForce Now. We are prepared. We have done what's needed to be released on GeForce Now for release as well. Do you think about Azure Creation move over to UF5? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really followed the other games as of late. I've been extremely occupied with Mortal Online and making sure we deliver the best possible sandbox MMO in all time is obviously our goals, ambitions. Every MMO out there have their own engine in different ways. Visual rendering engines and network solutions. And those are the two big components for your MMO game. So it's two parts. One is how you're rendering the game, pretty much, which in this case is Unreal Engine. The other big component is the network solution. Those are the two hearts, I would say, brain and heart in a fully working MMORPG. And all depending on what kind of features you're focusing on. As many of you, I guess most of you guys knows by now, Mortal Online's two unique features are actually a one-world solution, more similar to EVE Online than any other MMORPG, which means we're expanding the world servers with additional hardware and additional physical land space. We're all in the same world, no loading or instances. With these guys. And then, the core rules of the game. This one, it can't be yet. No, it's Klee, the Milkers. Too early for the participants to be here, I think. Or are they not invited yet? Did they die? All die. Take a little moment until you reach here, and we don't know if any there's any people blocking the main road or the main path straight forward. There could be a gang blocking. Wars could started. Anything goes. So, and I'm not covering that part. I don't know if anyone else is covering that, or we will see it later. But yeah, anyway, so we have always been working on Unreal Engine for 16 years. So we know at this point what works well for our type of game, and we know, you know, we're trying to make our game as we promised it.
Guys, I'm here first.
Right, go straight in. Okay, yeah.
Go through the gate.
Yeah, through the gate. We have people covering that. But yeah, it looks like we got our first guys entering Vada from the race. Well done, well done.
Did we just witness Zilly win the race? What happened there?
I think you did.
Alright.
Zilly, did you just win?
I don't know.
In the past, add Clay experience to more dungeon maps.
Did.
Yes. Alright, I think we got our winner from the race. So our guys are confirming who it is and all that.
Hey, it looks like a lot of people used maybe some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of unstuck feature to get up on these things. I don't know how they
behind you. There's a ladder behind you, Clee.
Jump.
Oh, sorry, Henrik. I don't have ladder lore yet.
You need to learn that, okay?
Yeah, where's the book for it?
It's in one of the caves, you know.
Oh, okay.
You can make it. You can make it.
Henrik, wait. Oh god. Oh god.
You can make it.
God, that was... I'm way too much to be doing that.
Hey, it's a lot easier to use the hay bale on the other side of the stables.
Well, thanks for letting me know after I... Oh god. Just give me 2 seconds to sit down.
Maybe if you weren't so
Poor
short.
fat character. Yeah, he's the librarian, right? The fat librarian.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand, Alf. Give me your hand.
Is this the Henrik?
Indeed.
Oh, nice.
Sassy.
Please,
I could
Please help me out.
Yeah, we just got the winners. They entered the
Thanks, man.
entrance of Vada.
Please.
So we got our winners.
Oh, God. You can make it.
What's the prize?
This feels slightly Claytist. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No fat kids allowed.
Oh, your boy's doing it. Fuck.
Here, I'll push you.
Okay, so no one look at me right now. No one look at me.
Start jumping.
Natex.
Don't look him in the eye. Don't look him in the eye.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Natex was confirmed to be the first guy on the goal line, and yeah, he got it. Got it.
Oh, hey, Schnezik.
All right. The milk. So Natex, can you trade me the tea of death, so I can see that you are indeed one of the participants? There, we got it. Thank you, and congratulations for the win. Who's this?
Wait, who just won there?
Natex is the winner of the race. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, Natex.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Nice job.
Check the actual tea of death stats.
Gotta tell you, this was the most riveting race that I've ever seen in this game.
Indeed.
Granted, also the only race I've ever seen in this game.
Indeed. Alright, we got the race finished. So again, congratulations to Natex for being the winner. So he wins a mug, a t-shirt and a copy of the game. So a nice little package there. Let's see if, are you on Discord, Natex, so we can cover the information for your prizes.
Please see how he shaved his
I
head.
suspect he already owns the game. Yeah, but he got another copy. He can do whatever he wants with that copy, obviously.
You might want to park that up or something, otherwise it's going to get clapped.
Alright, alright. Let's see if we can...
So when does the parkour race start? Oh, Nixie's already started it. That's it!
In a way, that guy has a friend. Alright, alright.
Oh, I'm working. Hell yeah, Nixie. Nice one. Alright, working. Let's see what you got. Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah?
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, we got it, we got it. Okie dokie.
Fucking battle axe! Come on, working!
Fucking Tony Hawk?
Yeah, dude!
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice to have the VoIP functions in the next patch. So we finally can control the madness of the VoIP. So you can get it working without filtering in
Any information on journals,
Windows.
Cedric? You want to share?
Say what?
Information on journals? What are they?
You're gonna see in the next patch, next week.
Ah,
Getting close, getting close.
I'm excited.
I mean, the weakest jump of the lot so far. Oh, no, I see what's happening
Next week, you say?
Indeed. If everything goes as planned, yes, next week.
A little short. That was close, though. I saw you guys were lining up.
But we have to play the monthly subscription to use that alt account. Yeah, any account need an active subscription to have access to the game. That is what the whole game business model is based on, and what kind of content we give for the players rather than having a free-to-play locked content game. So we strongly believe that that is the best experience for our game. Furniture next patch. So we are testing the furniture stuff. We're getting closer and closer. There's quite a few things in it still that we need to solve and sort before it's ready. If that happens, you know, during this weekend, I'm a little unsure because, you know, we have New Year's Eve happening in tomorrow. So I would say it's there's a chance, but I think it's quite small that everything is perfect ready over the weekend. But we will see how everything progresses until Monday, what status it is in, and depending on that, you know, we may either have furniture in it or that will be in the next one. And it's gonna be exciting, guys. Finally, we're getting the first pack of furniture, which means you will be able to design your own rooms with walls and all that. Obviously, you will be able to prop them with different types of furniture, light sources, you know, the workbenches, so you can actually build your working rooms, crafting stuff and all that. So this is finally the package that's gonna give you some candy to build your interior of your house. We're wiping before launch in beta. Yeah, so we are preparing and planning a schedule now where we're gonna go public with the lineup for release, which means sometime a little bit before release, we plan to do a pre-wipe, which means everything is, you know, reset and wiped, and we change all the numbers to a normal gain rate, the numbers we intend to have on release. And we will start the servers again, and anyone are, you know, free to join again, start building your character and play around with everything, so we can confirm that all those system and numbers are correct and fully working as intended. We don't need to run that very long, so we plan to do that quite close to release. And also because we know, again, we will push out additional big group of players that, you know, they're ready, they're done and ready for release, and they, you know, are waiting release rather than investing more time in the character that's gonna wipe, you know, very shortly again. But we really appreciate that many of you guys still have the energy to support us with creating a new character and just cranking skills and stats and Clade experience, just, you know, playing around with that one final time. And as soon as we confirm that, that's when we are pretty much ready for release. So we're going through that schedule right now in-house next week, and we're gonna make those announcements public as soon as, you know, we have confirmed those days. So you can also plan accordingly to that. So yeah, that's what we're planning right now, and should be announced, like I said, quite soon. I read the article about having 50k active players. How soon should we expect the next continent? Yeah, so everything is growing rapidly. All the numbers are pointing, you know, for us a huge success, which is super exciting. Which means that Maryland, as you know today, it's a huge continent, but naturally it will only, you know, hold so many players until it starts feeling crowded, or different areas of the game gonna, you know, go down a little bit in performance because there are simply so many players. So naturally we are, you know, focusing on expanding into the next continent. We're also taking a step with Unreal 5 because, like we mentioned before, there are a few things that we struggle with in terms of building the world. Engine 4, you know, isn't optimal for this type of large-scale worlds that we have been doing here in Mortal Kombat 2. And they, you know, are pushing those boundaries forward to make sure that there are no boundaries or limitation for game developers out there. And they have done, so far as we can tell, a good job on that in Unreal Engine 5, which means we can benefit from that upgrade because we were pretty much building the same thing that they are building. So we're going to utilize those pipelines and systems to continue build on the additional contents and continent. And that will also help us with some of the performance issues when it comes to level streaming that you experience when you know, entering close to a town. You have this little hiccup on your computer, and you always have that on the same line, and that's when you load in the content for a city, for instance. Those things are not optimal in the engine, which we, you know, will have improved in the new engine. So there's a few important things we get from taking that step over to Unreal 5. And of course, a big fat bonus is additional moving forward in pushing the visuals even further. So, you know, from being on the lead when it comes to a very good looking MMORPG, we're going to push that lead even further with Engine 5. So it's going to be awesome. Will content be instanced? No, there's no instances, but the next continent, we're looking into see again the pipeline in Unreal 5, what our options are there. It could be that is the only time you actually travel to that continent, requires to have a quite heavy load. And if that load is annoying when you're running around or think your computer crashed because you're still running in game, that could be the place where we actually say, okay, now we pretty much remove your character and give you a clear loading bar so you understand you're loading, your computer haven't crashed, if that is the case, that is. And then you're back on the next continent. Still a little bit too early to say what route we can take there, depending on Engine 5. So it's a little bit too early to say if it's going to be a loading bar or a seamless transition to the outer continent as well. That have always been the goal. Like I said, if it comes down to that, it's, pretty much kills your computer and it feels like you're crashing and it's confusing to players. They don't know if they've crashed or not, or having a clear loading bar. Those sort of things that it comes down to. So we don't have the exact date when we move over, but after release, like we mentioned, it looks like we're gonna have a high prioritized order for some of the artists is actually building the next continent, finishing that continent, getting it in game as soon as possible, because the numbers so far are pointing that there's a huge amount of players wanting to join the game on release and even more over time, which means if Milan is crowded, we need to offload those players into the next continent. And that means, that is one of the big reasons we need to go for Engine 5, because we don't want to build that system that Engine 5 already have built pretty much. Please don't push an empty continent. Of course not. Of course not. So that is one of the things. We have a high prioritized order because the demand of the player base, amount of players pretty much. That is, and also because it looks like the latest updates to Engine 5 have been, have been moving in the right direction in terms of stability as well. That obviously is a main factor for us. So it looks like it's getting ready for commercial use. So we thought it would take longer before it could be ready for us to take the step, but as of late we have just went through it a bit more, and it looks like it could be ready. So sometime shortly after release, along with the obvious, if there's anything that happens through release, that is the highest prioritized order. Obviously, everyone that is a player, we always make sure that they can enjoy and play the game. So we're on our toes there, dedicated. And next to this, like I said, we're looking at the artist team to transition to the Engine 5. And then we also have the roadmap with additional features going on in the background. So along with that, we plan to expand the team so we can, make solid roadmaps covering all these areas simultaneously in an effective way. Will face customization not be tested before release? Yes, we are adding face customization in one of our upcoming patches now as well. We are finalizing that right now. So is the game getting delayed? No, we are not delaying the game. Currently we are exactly on track. Everything is going well. 25th of January is still our release date. There's no reason to delay if there's no reason to, right? And we know exactly what parts we need to fix and what part we are missing. And as long as we can deliver those components, we are still on track. I'm ready, Henrik.
Oh my God.
We're almost ready. Almost ready. Let me see where. Ah, shit. Why the hell my mouse? No. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so like I said, there's no reason to delay if there's no reason to delay. And you can't see what's missing until we have delivered those patches, right? So we need to let the guys do their job, deliver these patches, and then we will see if that work, was as intended and working. That means we are on track. We'll have a free trial for people to try the game. So we have discussed and looked into that. So sometime after release, we may allow players to try the game for free on Haven. It's suitable and it makes sense, and we looked into it, and we can support it without wrecking too much of our, plans. So yeah, sometime after release, we will look into that. yes, the new skills like barber, professionals, and tattoos will be after release as well. So we have a solid base pack now, but that is also why I only see those sets on your character creation. It's like basic nation and basic clade tattoos to choose from. The face fully customizable and all that, because obviously that's needed. But after release, that's when you will also learn the professional skills to learn and discover recipes for, you know, new beards, hairstyles, and tattoos. And there will also be requirements for some of the nations for you to get these tattoos, for instance. So it's a cool system that's gonna expand over time as well. So yeah, for release, what's missing is the character face customization. So you can actually pull in small details on your face to make it look unique. That is what we're patching now in one of our upcoming patches. So that's missing so far. And we removed the nation tattoos in our previous patch to get the clade tattoos in. But we're re-adding the nation tattoos with the right system, which means you can choose a starting nation to get a little bonus in it, but that also allows you to get access to the nation tattoos because it's a system behind it. So you're getting that as well. The haze system. Regret buying this game because you all foster such a hateful community. Too bad I can't get a refund. So that is quite, you know, a little surprising and sad to hear, obviously, but everyone, you know, will experience things differently. We have gone, you know, overwhelmingly feedback of the community we have today is extremely helpful and passionate about the game and friendly, and people playing and enjoying and joining groups on a big scale. And you know, in the first game we had a reputation that we had a very small group of players. The game was, you know, quite in a bad state. We struggled a lot to survive. We went through all the loops and mistakes and everything, you know, that you ever can do when releasing a game on this scale. And it was a hard time, and it was a big uphill battle for us for so many years. Today, you know, we have the experience, we have the knowledge, we have the better technology, and we're getting a second real chance for making Mortal 2 how it was intended to be. And along with that, since our previous stress test, we got a huge influx of new players. And you know, many of those were warned about that old community being quite toxic, right? And when we got this huge influx of new players, everyone said, well, where's all those hateful, toxic players? They're hard to find these days. You know, there are always, you know, rotten eggs. You know, there are always those that want to have their own type of play style, or, you know, can be toxic, I guess, or however you say it. But if we're looking at the feedback on all our new players today, then it's a day and a night difference. But you know, there's obviously a chance that if you go to the wrong location at the wrong time, you have a few rotten eggs in front of you, and it could be a bad experience. We're fully aware of that, and you know, the nature of this type of game where players are free to go wherever they want to, a free open world, and the core rules is very free for the player, which means full loot, full PvP. You know, that can mean that you can be in bad luck, run into the wrong people, run into murder after murders. That can happen, and that could give a worse experience if you're not, you know, that is nothing you're looking for. But the good part is, as soon as you understand that this is a huge world, it's not just one starting location where all those murders are or whatever. It's a huge world, and that means you can always pick a new location. And this small group of players that does enjoy killing new players or running around doing that, they hate the traveling part of our game. And it all makes sense when we hear that from those players. They say, make the world smaller so we can go quicker to those players and kill them and loot them. And that's not what the game is about. The game is about being, you know, it can be dangerous. It's a full loot, full PvP, but it has so much more to offer in the game. Which means if you don't like this area or there are bad people, pretty much, you can always leave from that area of the world and find a new home, find a new group that have, you know, the same goals or vision that you may have, and start enjoying the game. And you can fight against those other players, or you can try to avoid them. That is the beauty of this huge open world. So I hope that, you know, coming fresh to this game, running into one bad scenario or a murderer, or, you know, experience something that isn't something you're looking for, I hope that players will give the game a chance to actually show what it's all about, because it's not all about murdering or looting. It's so much more to offer. And when you start to seeing that part of the game world and starting to see that, holy shit, 95% of the people are awesome people, an awesome community, and it's growing rapidly. There's huge groups of players that enjoy playing together, help each other, are super nice and friendly. You know, if that's what you're looking for, go to that area pretty much. So the haze systems, I hope that, you know, rather than not, you know, thinking about the refund, try to see what the game has to offer on a larger scale, and don't let, you know, that what you obviously have experienced as a hateful community, don't let that go to you, because I can assure you, and I think many in here can assure you, that those are the minorities, the hateful ones, without a doubt. You know, I'm having a blast in every single time I'm logging in, and, you know, I can be unlucky and I can run into a murderer, and that happens, and I've been killed, and, you know, all that happens to anyone sooner or later. But you can avoid that so easily. The game world is huge. You can always run around and avoid. If you hate this city because there apparently are some murders or anything, you can leave and pick a new city. So the hate systems, that's my advice to you. Don't give up because you have experienced one bad thing in Mortal Online. It has so much more to offer. You plan to advertise the game in the month leading up to release? Yes, we're cranking up everything as I speak. There's so much going on, and that's, you know, marketing is included. So maybe we are witnessing one of those trolls or hateful players. Look at this guy, how rude, right? But you know, that's also the beauty of the game. We have one character, one name, and reputation matters. So this guy, Draculea, I will write him in my book, and he's blacklisted. So whenever he's out of his cool comfort zones, he may be in danger, and he will not be allowed in my city. And he's closing doors, you know. And that is one of the beauty of a game like this. You know, reputation matters. He's happy you notice him, of course. There are always those, you know, and there can be kids that haven't matured to that level yet, that, you know, and I think this is super fun. So, like I said, we have consequences system in place, we have a large world, and the players is very much in control in terms of building your own kingdom, set your rules, and you can ban those that, you know, acts immature or whatever you want. The game is what you make of it. That's the beauty. You can be a victim or a hero or a bastard or whatever you want. It's true, Slappy is Joe. Removing magic vendors when? We don't plan to remove the magic vendors, as we have said a few times in the past. We are adapting to things that are getting into the game in the right way, but it doesn't mean we're just simply removing a vendor if all those pieces are not in place yet. Will territory control being released? No, so territory control comes with the TC functions after release. So now we're delivering, you know, the housing system and the furniture system, and after that we are working on TC and sieging. The game will be completely in German when it is released. The skill books are difficult for us to understand. On the Ring Girl, we are working on translation as hard as we can. We have, you know, a very helpful community that have helped us a lot with this, but we're also talking to companies that work with translation, because yeah, we do want to take the leap, you know, to finish some of these important translations as soon as we can. So it's something we're working hard on. Necromancy is not yet in the game. It is our third magic school, which is our next school that we are working on, and it will be implemented, finished sometime after release as well. Workbenches come next patch. Workbenches comes with the furniture patch, and like I mentioned before, I expect this next patch there's a small chance furniture is fully finished. It all depends on some of the testing phases in this weekend, but there's a few points that needs to be, you know, solid before we patch it. And like I said, I see it's quite a small chance it's in this one, but it will be in the next one for sure if it's not in this one. Regarding veterans, are you planning to make the economy fully player-driven in the future? Yes, everything is player-driven in Immortal Online. There's a few things that you can buy on the vendors, but everything else, you know, what matters is created by the players, and the price is set by the players. Like if you want any gear for your character, you don't buy that on an NPC. You know, there's some basic stuff on NPCs. What you do is, you know, you craft or you talk to someone that can craft things for you. That's how you get, you know, proper gear, which makes it very player driven, and more of that over time as well. Staff Magic won the poll. Don't at me. So Staff Magic was a very close call to Necromancy, which is also a very cool and popular school. So Staff Magic may be after Necromancy. We will see. You know, my plan is to be able to hire more developers so we can cover more than one school at the same time as well. Because, you know, Magic is a big part of the game world, and there's some really cool Magic schools on design that we want in the game as soon as we can. Portable crash and grinders with differential patch. No. So portables out in the world does require additional support. So everything tied to the furniture patch is AI in houses, all the placeable stuff in houses, the benches and all that in houses. But not, it's separate, placing things out in the world. So look at this kid, Dracula. I wonder how old he or she is. Quite immature guy, but I think it's a blast to be a cool kid with the middle finger, you know? There's always those. But that also makes you, you know, there's always someone to kill or mess up in the game. It's part of the game. Would be a shame if a gene zapped him with lightning. Will be a shame. Will there be a shared chest among guildies? Yes, there will be. You will have guild-specific ranks to, you know, offer your guildies. Exactly. To make a sort of playable race. No other playable races anytime soon. It's a troll, indeed, indeed. I will push him. Cat or raise red. The rock patches come next patch. So, like I mentioned before, we are working on finalizing the furniture system, which, you know, includes the workbenches and everything you can place in your house. But like I said, it feels like we need a little bit more time for this patch. depending on how things goes in this weekend, we will know for sure. But if not in this patch, it will be in the next one.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Alvarin the Supreme. Alvarin the Supreme.
Yeah, I think I need to tweak those volumes on them and how many they can be played. I've been fiddling around with some of the Twitch functions, and yeah, that is those noises sounds you're hearing. Up the cost like 10k, yeah. Either the cost or there's a delay where how many can be played. There are things like that. So, like I said, I'm no Twitch pro yet. I'm learning and expanding a little bit on that. Turn it off. Yeah, it's a little too frequent, right? Let me take a look. You're killing it, guys. You're killing it. I'm trying to see if we can trying to find the functions for it. No. Where the hell is it? Can't find it, guys. Made to Twitch. I'm trying to find it. Ah, there. Or let's see. No, not that one. Okay, I think it's gone for now. Alright, so I'm gonna... So, here guys is a little sneak peek of our
oh my god,
upcoming plays.
Another one.
Gigaburger, thank you for the subscription. What guild is Dracuela in? Red Garrets. They are on my blacklist, and feel free to kill that guild on site, guys, until they talk to his member. That is one way of handling with reputation, right? It's up to the players. If someone misbehave, you can close those doors. So this is a cool place, new place that we will have in upcoming patches that we've been working on for a while now, and it's really cool stuff. We mentioned before that obviously Milan is expanding in different ways with more and more content, dungeons, caves and such, right? And this is one of those areas that is getting into the game for release. That's gonna make things exciting. I can show you. So here's another shot of it. So really cool. You can only speculate what this is and where it could be, right? But look at that. Look at that. How do you like that? I can't wait until we get Engine 5 as well, because then we can do even more spectacular things with the light bouncing on, and it will emit natural ambience light and color as well. So this area will actually benefit quite a lot from the nanites, the lumen stuff with the new engine as well. So some things will be even more spectacular. It's dark indeed, and that is because it's underground, if you didn't notice. You see the hole up in the roof, right? Unreal 4 is already pretty amazing, so can't wait for Unreal 5. Indeed, indeed. I can see the sky. Yeah, you see on the top right, that's the sky, right? And we are down in an underground system, pretty much. And this is when the sun has passed and it's getting, dark outside as well, which means it becomes quite dark down here, obviously. And here is another shot from it where some of the sun rays go through the cracks from the above ground, go through down here in the underground. So really cool stuff. So we're talking about the new world under the world. And this is the beginning of that, pretty much. Well, right now we can't farm species like in Modern 1. How do you mean, Redixa? What are you specifically referring to? When can we add code on our houses without permission? Soon. We're expanding some of the house options as soon as we can as well. There will be no siege weapons on release. That will come later along with TC. Underground servers hosted in the US? No, not at this point. How many new creatures will there be in release? I'm not sure exactly how many we're talking about. We're working on finalizing the missing creatures that we want to have for release. And we're only missing a few of the creatures from the first game, but we're also adding some new ones that we didn't have in the first game that we think is more exciting to have early on in Mortal Line 2. So we're not really missing anything of the the main group of animals for release. You said AI in housings, what's that? So yeah, you may have noticed that you can't really, your pets are not following into the houses, and they don't behave correctly in houses. And that is because the system that we use for our furniture system is also the same system we use for the AI to navigate correctly. So along with the furniture patch, we got a lot of good important stuff, like AI behaving correctly in houses, or, you can place the workbenches and all that. And finally you can make full use of your interior as well in your houses. Love Belbos. So we were choosing between the Belbos or another creature first, and we picked out our creature, which is a little bit cooler. But yeah, the Belbos will come back as well. It's not the most useful, important creature, but it's a quite symbolic little fun creature from the first game, right? There's no choice. We will have it though, but it wasn't higher in the prioritized order, on the ones we were comparing with. How dare you, Henrik? No, I just have to wait a little bit more and you will see the Belbos eventually. We are obviously rebuilding the Belbos from scratch, so it looks like the new improved Mortal Line 2 Belbos. But chances of having an on release days are pretty slim. But it will come. It will come, don't worry. Why are there green plants on the ground when there's no light? So in this area, just as you have noticed, good eye, there's a lot of green stuff and trees, just similar, quite similar to up on the ground, right? The reason is because during the daytime, there's big holes and cracks that allows a lot of sunlight go down in this particular area. But just like you said, the deeper you go, the less sunlight there is, then obviously the biome changes, and only things that lives and grows in less or no sunlight will be in those areas. So what you're looking at here now is where a lot of sunlight reaches during quite a few hours every day. Very close resemblance to the Steintroll Cave. Indeed, I mean, the Steintroll Cave was something similar. It's underground, right? Underground cave system. And that's what we're looking at here. So yeah, that is why they're very similar. We don't have an 8 on Unreal 5 at this point. We know that we're gonna take the step as soon as we can after release, because like I mentioned before, there are some beneficial parts that we are gaining from now, taking the step over. And it looks like the engine is getting ready for a commercial release. It's great that Epic are pushing it on a commercial product right now, because that means we benefit from that as well. Being first out and not Epic having something commercial running on that engine can be a big risk, because you may not be prioritized. But now we are, it's getting in place, so it's getting exciting. Anyways, feels like Henry sounds like David 504. Who the hell is David? Who the hell is David? And Rick Marlon 2 is on Unreal 4. Yes, this game is currently on Unreal Engine 4.
Another one.
And we're gonna move over to Unreal Engine 5 sometime shortly after release. Torkia with the 10 gifts. Holy smokes. Thank you, man. Fortnite is running on UF5 now, by the way. It's already commercial out. Yeah, exactly. And that is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for the big companies and like Epic Games taking the step, having a commercial game running on that engine version, because that means those issues that they have run into, that they have fixed, is something that we don't have to run into those issues. So it's a comfortable step over to the engine when we know that it's more commercially being used on the market. So yeah, we're looking to take the step as soon as we can.
Another one. Another one.
We'd love to see Alvarin towns and more lore represented in game. Yeah, so the Alvarin's home, why you don't see much of that in Milan is because Milan is not the home of the Alvarins. There's another continent called Urmathar, also known as Lycator. No, Lycia. Lycator is the beasts from that continent. That is the homeland of the Alvarins. And that's where you're gonna see, everything about Alvarins. So the only thing you can see is one of the Shivra caves, one home of the Shivras in the Toksai region. But they don't let people in at this point.
Oh my god, another one.
So you will see a lot more being expanded on, as we progress and reach other continents as well. If EGN will do a full review of the game. Yeah, when we release the game, we have communication with different websites such as EGN. We're expecting to see a lot of those to try out the game and most likely give their review on the game. We can only hope that they, understand what Borderlands 2 is all about, and it's not supposed to be a WoW clone. If you have that mindset that is this a good WoW clone, then you're out. That's not the right type of game to measure it against. Ultima Alliance, Star Wars Galaxies, Borderlands 2, those are more aligned in the same category. EVE Online is also quite close. Dude isn't telling YouTube who plays the best. Aight. Do you have a preview of the Jet-Eye Peasant Armor or Dragonica even? I have, but you will have them on release. As we mentioned, we do want to save quite a few goodies, right, for release. We test the features and the systems, and then we're gonna expand on a few things for release. So it's gonna be exciting for everyone to discover, explore, and figure things out. You will not have all of that during the beta. Like it is before release? No.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
Basically, they are waiting to switch to Unreal 5 for the same reason we are waiting for Windows 11. You could say that a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I looked a little bit into 11, and it doesn't seem like it's quite there yet for everyone to enjoy it. And yeah, obviously, when there's a new big engine update, etc., if a lot of the core system have been rebuilt or such, then there's a risk that it needs some time, or it does need some time before it mature and already. And it's good that there's been huge progress with Engine 5, and like I said, it looks like it's getting ready, which also made us look into taking the step finally. Wow, clones out. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean.
Another one.
I'm not bashing on WoW. It's obviously the best, successful MMO out there, pretty much ever. But it's another type of game compared to Mortal 9.
Oh my god, another one. Another one.
You're not afraid that Mortal 2 is quite a harsh game and can't gather common gaming folks? What is planned for more casual players to not die 5 meters after leaving town? So that is why we have consequences in place. Since we added the correct standing system, how you gain and lose it, innocent murders and so-called griefing kills reported by new players went down by 98%. It was almost removed from the game, and we saw a big change in Swift. And that's great for the game, that you don't just run around and murder without any consequences or any thought whatsoever. And that's always been the premises of how we communicate, that murder happens with consequences. You have to kind of plan. If you want to be outcast in the world, you need to plan for those consequences. So if you don't enjoy or you don't like getting good again in a city, don't murder people. That's very simple. So that is already a very big change Marquis is for. And but like I said, there will always be murders and there will always be dangerous stuff, both creatures and players, and that's part of the game. But as soon as you adapt and learn that anything you lose, you can pretty much recreate or buy in minutes. We don't build the game around endless grinding to get the best gear, and that matters the most. And if you lose that, then obviously that will be very bad for the players. Like how we grind for top gear in World of Warcraft for months. We can't have those type of systems in Mortal 9. It wouldn't make sense. I mean, of course, there will be things to grind or try to find rares, etc. But it's not tied to direct PvP and conflicts in that way. So that means a new player will learn quite quickly. Okay, I lost, nothing pretty much. So, I don't have to be afraid of dying and losing things. I can always get back on my feet within minutes. And if I still think this is a hellhole because of murders or whatever, just move. Pick another city, either NPC city or a player city. Wherever you think it's enjoyable for you, that's where you can play and enjoy the game. So it's a huge difference from the first game and the second game. And we worked very hard on minimizing, and focusing and giving the players areas where it makes sense, where they want to, have fun. If you like PvP, then you will be able to participate in nation conflicts, having wars until you faint. If you don't like PvP at all, you can just ignore all that, don't sign up for the conflicts, and move away from murderers, and you will be able to enjoy whatever you want to in the game. And that is also why we need a huge world. There's no line fix coming along. It's going close, slowly but steady. We will have that fixed very soon. And we will get domination before release. We are working on it. Yes, we are working on it. If things doesn't, become a problem here, then we will have domination. Are you holding back a lot for release? There's only a few things we can hold back, because obviously, as we mentioned many times, we want the game to feel as polished as possible, stable as possible, and that means we need to test a lot of things. That is why we have added almost a new boss in every patch, and we want to get data and feedback and balancing on that, because also balancing is important to get in place. So adding all these different bosses with different behaviors give us a lot of good data to see, okay, now we got a good picture of how our balance should be on with our new improved AI. And that helps us to add new cool bosses without having the risk of being way out of balance, So we can offer players and groups both easy bosses, but also very difficult and challenging bosses. We're getting a very good picture of that right now, thanks to you guys participating in the king boss fight, the queen, and the vassal. Those are three very good pillars for us to kind of break down and see how our balance is working and how players figure out how to beat them and so on. So that is a good baseline for us to, continue adding on upcoming bosses and creatures. So you will see, obviously a lot more spawners out in the world, more wildlife, more pickables and all that. So the world feels more alive. You will see that. And obviously we see some of the new animals and creatures and monsters and dungeons and bosses going in the release. New armor, the Dracula. We're having the mage-inspired Jedi clothing armor coming as well. We have the obvious supreme Ogmium material being, discoverable in the game as well. So there's a good amount of things coming, hidden treasures and rewards spread out in the world. So it should be exciting for all players that have been playing the beta non-stop. They will see a lot of, additions going into the game in different areas, which should be very enjoyable. Windows 11 works perfectly fine. Been using it for a month now. I'm not sure about the latest version, how it is, but when I looked at it, I don't remember exactly when it was, but then it was not a go for us at all. I don't know if those issues have been fixed yet. Maybe it is, then great. But yeah, maybe they have fixed those issues. Maybe Windows 11 is ready now as well. I don't know. I haven't looked into the latest version, and yeah. Do you have a model for the dragon yet that we could see? We have some really cool stuff, but I don't want to reveal anything at this point. It's some of those very important creatures, we want to make sure they get revealed or discovered the right way we intend them to be. As you know, this game is all about the players. The main focus is the player experience at 100%. So you are deciding the fate and outcome, the demand and supply, everything like that. And we want to make sure that you enjoy and discover that as cool as possible. And we don't want to reveal everything. We don't want to spoil too much in some areas. I'm a little behind. I see I keep getting the same questions I already covered, so I'm gonna scroll down a little bit and see if we can get on track here. Going to add a priest sending into the other world so we can get spirits. You just use the skills and spells to go to the other world to get the spirits in Mortal Line 2. So you can already do it in the beta if you have the right skills and spells. And that's how you do it. Gather spirits. Will butchering take time on release like Modern 1? No, we don't intend to change the butcher refining timers. Not much, at least. You know, we got a endless feedback that wasn't very fun, and obviously we understand that just watching on a thing that takes 50 minutes or 20 minutes, we try to change that to be more exciting in a way that, okay, you can go out and hunt, and if you manage to get those big creatures, you'll have a lot of stuff to butcher and craft from, and then you have to, you know, more reward in one big victory is pretty much what we're looking at here. And you know, if they're dead close, you have to explore and find a new big victory. So we try to put the excitement on that level rather than just looking on a 50 minutes countdown, if that makes any sense. I think I showed you the cloth mage inspired armor. I can put it up again and see if I can find it. Did I have the final one? Maybe I don't have a final picture of when it's with texture and materials. Yeah, I only have this but it's not even the latest one. I think we removed and changed the shoulder pads and so. This is an old one, so yeah, not a good show. I thought I had a final one somewhere, but maybe not. Maybe not. No. No. Sorry, guys. No, I don't have it. All right. But it's, you know, it's, you're gonna get it in game very soon, so not much waiting time left. Guns? When? There will be no guns in Mortal Online. It's not that type of style.
Oh my god, another one.
On our fishing titles, we are adding fishing titles. We're working on finalizing the titles to be correct. What you have right now in game is not totally correct. So there will be a wipe and correct order of the titles for release. And it's a growing thing as well. There will be more over time. Extracting is still like that though. The extraction timer went from like what, 25 minutes down to 5 minutes. So it's, you know, it's not the same timer as it was in the old game. Looks dope already. Yeah, it's the finalized version of the clothing mage inspired armor is really cool. I like the end result of it, and it looks obviously even more spectacular now with the final version and proper materials on it. Campfires, I have no data on when those will be in. Domination is being worked on, so hopefully in one of our upcoming patches. We introduce NFTs in the game. We don't focus on that right now. You know, we've seen different scenarios and outcome from that in the industry right now, and we're simply occupied in delivering the game as right now. Okay, show us the picture of Sadaka 2.0. That's coming on release day. It's not coming on release day. We need quite a bit more time until we can finalize the upcoming continents. The tweak to fishing currently versus reward is a thing. It takes as long to get a good fish to get seaweed. So we're looking into balancing fishing, obviously. We have people that make thousands of golds pinpointing high value fishes. And then we have a group that says it's a waste and useless. You can only gain 1 silver an hour. Obviously wrong. And obviously we don't want to, you know, make it that you can make thousands of golds within an hour. So we're going through the balance on fishing.
Another one.
Another one. Which continent will come first, Arbalt or Sarka? So it looks to be Sarka as of this point. What's in the next patch? It should be on the website. Is it not? Is it not? Roadmap. Yes. So end of December is the next one. So we have the new armor, the clothing mage inspired. We have new buses, and we have the journal system, and there are more fauna. And a lot of bug fixes and polish. A lot. And a very small chance, I have to say, on the furniture system in this patch. We need to be very lucky that we can have, you know, shown us a flawless furniture testing phase. And I'm not sure we have that luck. So if not, it will be in the next one. End of December is tomorrow. Yes, but we don't patch on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve gonna be quite calm for us as well. And then we have some work in the weekend, and then we have Monday. So Monday is the more natural patch day for us. Depending on the content there, Monday, Tuesday is the likely outcome. Oop. Need to add a fighter version of Callus to human. I don't know what you mean, Taste the Bison. I mean, end of December also means, you know, it can be, you know, one day into January. It's close enough. It's close enough. Will camels come to with Sarka? Yes. I mean, obviously, when we deploy the next continent, it's gonna be, you know, filled with wildlife and content, so it doesn't feel empty and boring. Obviously, our pole sword getting buffed. We're looking into those weapons that are hardly being used for balance reasons, so we can try to get them more in a line to be useful options. And will the VoIP be to test normal skill gains before release? So I mentioned that before in the stream that we're gonna... Next week we're working on the new setup roadmap for the release, which includes when we expect to do that test. So it's gonna be somewhere close to release, because we also know that VoIP gonna, you know, make many take a break and just wait those additional days until we go live. But we hope that there will be enough of you guys that wanna spend some time in creating a new character, go through it a little bit, and gain skill stats and Clade experience, so we can see everything is good to go. We will announce that date after we had our meeting and decided which day we're looking for, and you can plan accordingly to that. Do you have famous gamers, YouTubers, etc. ready to review the game on launch day to spread the word? Yes, we have the biggest streamers in the world ready. Yeah, I mean, we're working on marketing, getting awareness, and we anticipate a lot of streamers and websites to try the game out. Both streaming, YouTubers, and reviews for sure. And we will follow the progress, you know, like we said. If we see that the feedback from players are getting out of hand in terms of the playing experience, we may need to pause the sales on Steam to make sure everything is, you know, solid gaming experience wise. And then reinitiate the sales if that is the case, that is. Human get nothing Clade-wise. I mean, humans are one of the most popular foot fighters and hybrids and all type of things. That is their meta, you know. They can be anything and be quite good at a lot of different things. And they have some Clade gifts that are also unique for humans. So, you know, we're pretty happy and set with the base Clade setup. We said that in the future we may add additional steps that actually goes into the race specifics to give additional options. But this is the baseline for the Clades, and we're quite happy with that. Just minor changes, tweaks may happen the last patch, but pretty much we're happy with where it is. Is that endless turtle fishing is going to stay? So we are looking into fishing balance in general. So you can expect to see some changes there, balance-wise, and yeah, that. I mean, we got a lot of feedback on the pulse swords being slower, weaker, and it's just simply a worse weapon compared to pole axes and other weapons. So, and the data kind of supports that. No one is using pulse swords because they think it's too slow, too weak. Not a good option. And we're not talking about animation feedback in that case. So the data is, you know, pointing towards that. It's a little off balance-wise. Asmongold, he's invited to go at Mortal Online at the second round. Now when we finally have Haven and newbie experience in place, and so much more that we lacked when he first tried it out in the server stress test rather than the gaming experience focused stress test. So we would love to have him back to try it, to see if we can figure out the fighting a bit better this time around and get the proper information and education from the Haven as well. We didn't have a Haven when he played the game last time. So hopefully we'll be up for another round, even though, as he said, he's not really enjoying first-person games. So obviously, if you don't enjoy that, it could be a little tricky, maybe, to get into Mortal Online. But we will see. Furniture patch before release. Yes. So like I said, there's a small chance in this next patch, if we have hit the jackpot, polish-wise, confirming the bug fixes and all that, we may have it next week. But if not, it will be in the next patch again. So it's very soon we're gonna have the furniture patch. Pole swords are 100 extra points than sword and use a lot more stam while being slower. Yeah, it's true. Humans are not popular foot fighters. Humans are quite popular hybrids, and every human I run into can be a good foot fighter hybrid. And it seems like humans are on the top right now in terms of popularity. They're quite popular. Yeah, if you mean the team, Clade, yeah, it's pretty much to fight against mages, which is quite specific, right? Humans are the best Clade gifts. Madus, thank you for the subscription. Human is popular because people don't know how to play the game properly. Human is the weakest and need buffs. T-zoning, the majority does not agree, and yeah, there are many veterans that prefer humans for specific reasons that have been playing non-stop for many years, and they know how to play. They're not bad at PvP or playing the game. Pausing says, seems like a big mistake. Nothing about an average core player base will be known for at least a month. So if we get that many players that the queue is just getting ridiculous, kind of like how it was with New World, where people get very upset, we don't want that experience for all players that pay for the game. We want to make sure that they can enjoy the game, fairly as soon as possible when they bought the game. So the natural step would be to pause sales if the players cannot play when they want to make them happy. Quite easy conclusion there. And we're talking to Valve, Steam, and they're also looking at the numbers, and they said that is a very good thing to do. Others have done it, a few ones, and the players appreciate it and feel that they are being cared about. We're running a business, and our players obviously is our most important customers. We want to care about the gaming experience. So for us, we do everything we can to improve that player experience. And pausing sales is one of those tools that we can do if we run out of space in the game. Queue times getting ridiculous. It's quite easy, right? Of course, we pause the sales then to make sure that those that pay for the game can play the game. There's always an initial rush of new players that play day and night. That is an unnatural strain on the servers. That goes down after a few days, which means we can let in new players after that initial madness of chaos. Well, Asmongold is funny, but he needs a theme park. Yeah, he's a cool guy, and a lot of the things he said I fully agree on. But yeah, he I mean, there's no denying. He says it himself. He enjoyed World of Warcraft and looking for something similar. So it's something quite different from Mortal Online. But he saw a lot of things in Mortal Online that is really cool and that he could enjoy. But yeah, we will see what the future tells. You shouldn't invite Asmongold. You should invite people who play survival games players instead. Of course, it's not that we are focusing on Asmongold. Like I said, if he wanna do a rematch and try it now, because he didn't figure out how to fight and we lack the whole introduction system. What I think is interesting there is that those that can't get past the introduction because we didn't have one, trying it again and see, okay, now it makes sense. I get into the game, and you know, things changes. It could even be a game for him. But yeah, chances are that, you know, he's more of a theme park player, just like he said. So it's not that we're focusing on having him play the game. If you want to pick it up and try it, fine, great. We at least get some marketing for that as well. But players like Lyrics, for instance, he played a game and got really good at it, and it was super entertaining to see him enjoying the game, and he thought it was a really good game. So obviously we have those streamers, and we have Asu that also picked it up, made some YouTube videos of it, that also enjoyed it and are excited for it, and other big YouTubers. And then of course we have an army of players that come from Ultima Alliance, Star Wars Galaxies, Tarkov, Rust, Valheim. We're talking a few million players out there that can find Mortal Online 2 and enjoy it in various ways. So it's going to be exciting. That's when it's just eyes on the game. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it isn't wrong, obviously, right? Invite ARC players and Rust players. Exactly what I said, Testy Bison. Those are, you know, a player group that feels quite at home, you know, in Mortal Online, no doubt. And that is also where we see a lot of players coming from. Surprisingly, we have a huge player base coming from New World that were looking for something different, play New World, and they show up in Mortal Online and loving it so far. That is awesome to see. My 2 is too hard for us players. No. I mean, we're talking about Mortal Kombat 2 like it was in Mortal Kombat 1 when it was hardcore in a bad way. Obviously, we removed the hardcore bad way parts from Mortal Kombat 2, and that is why we see a huge growing population of Mortal Kombat 2. New players, they love it. They have no problem getting into the game. So it's not hardcore anymore. I mean, the only way I would call Mortal Kombat 2 hardcore is because we have full loot, full PvP. You know, it makes it quite hardcore, right? But we have tons of games that are full loot, full PvP today, which is the core gameplay. And yeah, Rust, Tarkov is some of those games, and people are loving them, and they're adapting, and it's you know, it's the new thing, even though it's not very new anymore, right? We were just too early and didn't have the backbone for Mortal Kombat 1 back in the days. The game be able to handle 200k people online at the same time? No. 200,000 players online at the same time is not practical at this point. We have too small world space, and that is the main reason. So we have a cluster technology. So that means we have no limitation. The only limitation we have right now is the physical land space. And as you can see, even though Milan is large, 400 square kilometers, it's not practical to have that many players running around there, as you can imagine. We have havens, infinite amount of havens, so we can always take in new players on havens. But as you can understand, we need more land space to spread out the players to reach those numbers. We have over 190,000 wish lists on Steam already, and it's rapidly growing, which is really exciting. We don't expect all of them to become a player, but we expect quite a lot of them to become a player. And then there's a huge number of players that just show up on release day and finding it in different platforms or on Steam sale sections when it's a new game. Just like in the first game, we got a lot of players showing up over a period of time, and we expect more this time around. So that is why I said that the only thing we can do if it gets out of control and queue times becomes too insane is to actually pause the sales, to let that initial rush calm down a little bit, and we'll open up the sales again, and we just follow that progression. And also, like we said in today's press market message, we're working on adding that additional land space so we can let in new and more players. We get more large bushes. Yeah, I guess we can add a few more large bushes. Crats have too low of an attribute pool that and aren't the best for archers. Why? So it's interesting. We just patched the dex bonus to being a mounted character, and the Corites benefits greatly from that. So I think it's a premature conclusion at this point. You will see high effects along with the high dexterity pool that the Corites benefit from as well. And the human clade in general get most attributes as well. Combining with Curite Dex Cap makes good horseman, no doubt. We have no 8 on making Haven free demo at this point. A little bit too early. No creature tease in this stream. It was all about the horse race event, and this is the only little tease we have. So you can expect some upcoming exciting new areas in the game as well. Been playing Villa this whole time, and all I have to say is I don't think I could play the game without the 50% fall damage clade. Yeah, it can save a lot of life and even let you get away from a lot of chases, no doubt. It's very effective. Where other people die or get heavily crippled, the Villa run through with less fall damage impact. So it's a nifty little clade gift that can save a lot of life. Notice boards in towns. Yes, we plan to add that. Any thoughts to hand holding new players during character creation? Rerolling no big now, but many will discover their first character is built badly. Yes, we plan to add additional information and maybe some optional presets that kind of says this is a good recommendation if this is what you want to do, and you can either stick with that or continue fine-tune those numbers. So that is something we are looking to do. So the only thing that you can go wrong with, pretty much, or not wrong with, is your race clade selection. Everything else can be tweaked in the game. So yeah, it's important to choose the clade and race mix to get those whatever you want. Exactly. Nick, please add a description of each NPC towns for new players to read when selecting where to start in game. Yes, Newman. It's on our to-do list for sure. A little picture would be nice, and then a good description of the city. Because yeah, obviously Tinrem or Meduli doesn't tell a player much, right? So yes, it's on our to-do list. What was everything I wish World of Warcraft could have become? After playing WoW for 15 years, I'm so happy to found Mortland 2. Karma 420, I'm happy to hear that. And yes, we have seen a lot of new players coming from WoW, New World, and those so-called more casual theme parks, MMOs. It's a clear pattern that the audience have grown out of those games and want something a little bit more demanding, something more as a real gaming experience, and that lets you to control the outcome much more than in those linear games. And it's exciting to see so many new players coming from those games showing up in Mortal Line, and many of them are enjoying it a lot so far. So yeah, there's no limitation for Mortal Line 2 and its future. It's very exciting, and everything starts on the 25th of January. Inviting Asmongold is the easiest way to get someone telling 100k people to never buy the game. No, that is not correct. When he just touched it the last time, he pointed out some cool things, and he also made it very clear that this game is not for him and what he didn't like. And that gave us a few thousand players instantly, and they said, wow, I never heard about this game and I'm loving it. There's nothing such as bad marketing, or awareness, as even those that trash talk the game because they don't like the game is give something. Even though there's a discussion, someone can see the discussion and I want to see what the hell are they talking about. I want to see what that type of game is, and bam, they try it out and think it's awesome. That is a way to find and reach out to new players. There's no such thing as bad marketing in that way. And Asmongold really boosted our awareness in a very good way. He helped us reach out to new MMORPG players that are looking for a game like Mortal Kombat 2, and without having a marketing team with millions, obviously us being independent and a small company, we do what we can to marketing the game and make awareness. And if we manage to release a solid game, people will talk about it, and if they enjoy it, hopefully they will invite other players or friends to join the game. And we will also do our best in terms of marketing and pinpointing how we market our type of game in an efficient way. On a daily basis, new players show up and say, wow, how can I never have heard about Mortal Online? And I'm loving it. I just wished I found it earlier. That is a very common thing that happens on a daily basis. And that shows that we have been quite in the shadows over the years, being a small independent company. But that's going to change soon, and are already changing. The ball is rolling, guys, and you are doing a big part of it, which we are very grateful for. Wait, was Lyrics the streaming? Lyric. I'm talking about Lyric, the big streaming guy. Lyrics is one of our mortal players. He's also streaming game. But yeah, it's confusing. It's not with an X that I meant. So Lyric played a game during our stress test, and it's clear that he's a pro gamer. We instantly saw that he knows how to play Mortal 9. He knows how to play a first-person game, and he enjoyed it very much. And he said that he will be playing it on release as well. So it's going to be exciting. Let me scroll down. I'm behind as hell. And can you release Mortal 1 as a single player or hostable game for friends for nostalgia? I'm not sure if we're gonna have the time or resources to do anything other than focus on Mortal 2 at this point. I found out about Mortal 2 from Kira TV. Same, I was like, wow, it's like Skyrim MMO on steroids. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all those YouTubers and streamers that find the game, picks it up and talk about the game helps us reach out. And that is a very important marketing step for us. Because then players will, there will always be different types of players that either enjoy it or doesn't enjoy it. But at least anyone can find the game, and if it's the game that you've been looking for, then awesome, jackpot for you, right? And we will do our best in making awareness and marketing. Tasty Bison, why the hell do you focus on Mortal 1? I agree on the nostalgia. It will always be close to my heart, and it's gonna feel sad to shut it down. But we're evolving, and Mortal Online 2 is actually how we intended Mortal Online to be initially. We just couldn't due to experience, lack of technology, and so many issues we had in the core network solution back in the days. So it's so exciting to see that finally we have those pieces in place, and Mortal Online 2 can become the game we set out to be back in the days, In the future, we can choose different keep layouts. There will be additional options and upgrades in the future, yes. And also styles, Clade inspired. Some players don't think the game is ready for release. What kind of reassurance do you have for those players? I'm telling them to wait until we deliver the patches that makes it not ready for release, which we agree on. We're not done with those patches. When we have delivered those patches and that is working, that's when we intend to have the release. And we're still on track for that to happen up till the 25th of January. We also understand that many people that haven't followed our progress and how we build and how we patch the game, if they jump in and see a few of the bugs or issues or node line issues or anything of that, and feel that, oh no, it's not ready the 25th of January, because they're used to how companies like Blizzard release their games or polish on their games, and how long time it takes to deliver a patch or expansion. If you look at our patches we've been delivering in the past year, it's like an expansion every second week. It's insane. And there's a reason for that and how we set up everything. So we can understand that people may not, if they're not aware of this, that, okay, a lot of things happens every second week in Mortal Online. If they're not aware of that and think, a few bug fixes here and there, nothing big happens when we patch the game, and it's like once every 3 months, which is more normal in the gaming industry, then I fully agree. It would feel strange that how can they be ready, right? But things are quite different here at Starvolt, as many of you guys have witnessed over the year. So we need to get these patches in the game, the last big missing patches. We're able to set up traps. Yes, we will have traps as a skill later on, not on release. Give up the good work, Arrogant team. Thank you, Secret Spy. appreciate all the hard work. Super stoked for launch. Yeah, thank you, Cannonball, and we are just as excited. We just need to stick to the schedule and make sure we deliver the missing components and polish, and then we will be as ready as we possibly can for release. And that is just the beginning. You know, we all know that, been following the game for a while, that we have a lot of features on the upcoming roadmap, exciting stuff, exciting content, and additional expansions. And that's all free, included in the subscription. We're not selling additional expansions. So, you know, it's just the beginning of the journey. Is it your aim to make pure magic users rare like Jedi in Star Wars Galaxy? And also, will there be ritual type spells that more than one person is need to cast? So there will be it's meant to be common magic in Mortal Online, like ecumenical schools, spiritism. Those schools are quite common and it's like a backbone in the game. That is why we start with those two schools. And then we have 12 schools in total. We have additional schools that some of them will be quite common, some of them will be not as common, and then some will be extremely rare, banned and forgotten. So there will be a wide range of from common magic to very rare. And I would say the rare ones are more like the Jedi's in Star Wars Galaxies. But not only that, we actually have the system that is the force sensitive slot in the makings for Mortal Online as well. So you can actually become that one of those force sensitive slots translated now. Then it's not going to be called force sensitive slots obviously here, but you can actually become something like that in Mortal Online. Not initially, but we have that plan for and, you know, lined out. So it's interesting, as you mentioned, just, you know, as Jedi Knights in Star Wars Galaxies, because we will have that a similar system that you can unlock a very specific character setup with additional powers that is unique to your character, and there will be a few different groups to unlock in the world, and they all are secret and have their different layout how you unlock them. And there's also a system that kind of makes sure that if you become inactive having one of those characters, after a certain amount of time, that power will lose, you know, remove from your character and get back into the game as a player pool. So anyone else can pick that up. So it will always be present in the game on an active player, pretty much. I can actually show you guys a little sneak peek on the upcoming armor that I talked about. I actually got a picture that is looking quite cool, I have to say. So one moment and I will show you. Yeah, one second. I'm going to show you the upcoming armor that I was talking about earlier. That is pretty much final now. I'm being tested. And it's looking freaking badass. Freaking badass. There we go. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Heavily Jedi inspired mage common armor, and obviously you pick the materials that's gonna make it look quite different. Look real good. Cool, nice. I'm glad you like it, guys. I'm glad you like it. I hope it doesn't blow. I mean, don't expect this to be a heavy plate armor because it's not, obviously. So if you're a fighter and running around against fighters, then obviously this is not the best option. But this is, a solid mage light style armor for sure. And it's a just awesome set of clothing for any common player or NPC as well. Pointy hat and color shoes needed. Looks Daggerfall inspired. So we tried to make a little bit more a classic wizard look with the point hat and all, but we couldn't make it work. We're really pushing everything to the next level as much as we can now, and we want everything to fit, and it didn't fit. So, but like I mentioned then as well, we have not given up fully on a pointy hat version, but we actually started to see how can we get inspiration from and make it look nice. And we actually found the Jedi Knights clothes and robes from the Star Wars movies and thought, okay, here's something that is cool and interesting. So we actually were quite inspired from that, and this is the result. And we were inspired from the Jedi robes clothing, and then we did our mortal twist on it and made it interesting. So yeah, I think it's cool. How to make it all black? So right now you can only use the different materials, but you will have dye tools later on that allows you to pick any color on any soft tissues. I can show you the back on it as well. Like so. Yeah, it's a cool clothing setup that both obviously NPCs and players can use and craft. What are the different ratios? I don't have them here. You will be able to explore and experiment with that on our next patch next week. But it's a light armor, as it's pretty much clothing. And it plans adding options for horizontal action bars. We will see. We do want to give you the freedom to pretty much customize your user interface how you want. Just a matter of time and, for us. But you give us good feedback and quality of life options that we fully agree on in many cases, which we try to deliver on as soon as we can. Shout out to the milkers. More Assassin's Creed inspiration for future clothes armor. Yeah, I mean, sure. We try. Obviously, we play many of those games and see how do they build these things and what did we like from those different styles and how can we incorporate some of that in our game and how do we add our twist on it, or how do we build something that is unique for Mortal Line but can be inspired from many of those cool designs from those many great games. So yeah, for sure. And what's cool is also that our clades allows us to go quite crazy when we design the different clades and the different homes, architectures, homelands, and obviously clothes and armors. It's a big part tied to the different clades. So you will see very cool different clade inspired armors. Just look at Agmirs, for instance, or Alvarins. We don't have their armors in the game yet, but we will have over time. So yeah, that was I think everything that I have planned for today's stream, guys. And I'm getting hungry, guys. So the 3-hour mark is maybe a good sign for me to take a break, get some food. How was the race? It was a good race. It was. I don't know if there were any fights or chaotic happening in mid section or something. I started the race and then I got a quick transportation to Vara where the finish goal was, and I waited. It took what, like 10 minutes or something, until 3 people showed up quite close to each other's, and one of them, what was his name again? The winner. It was Netix was the lucky winner. So he got some Mortal merchandises. He got a copy of the game. So yeah, it was a good run. Congratulations to him. All right, guys, I'm gonna get some food. I'm getting hungry here, and as always, thank you so much for participating in today's stream, and thank you guys for participating in the horse race event as well. And yeah, getting excited. New Year's Eve tomorrow. How crazy is that, guys? Freaking insane. This year just went in a heartbeat. So much focus on Mortal 9. I've been living Mortal 9 too. And when I'm not working, I'm watching you guys stream it and see how you enjoy it and how things work. It's really awesome. It's been an awesome journey this year, and we're getting very close to the release. And we have some very important last patch that we need to deliver, and then we will be as ready as we possibly can to release the game. And big thanks to all of you guys that have been participating in the beta and helping us out and participating in all our streams. A lot of good feedback, bug fixes, everything. We're super, we really appreciate all your interest and investment in the game as well. So yeah, see you the next year. Indeed, Smyglunden, next year. So next week, as usual, Thursday is the next stream. And yeah, gonna discuss some other cool stuff then. So I think I'm gonna do a little raid, so you can see some Mortal game action as well. And I will see you soon again. So thank you so much. And have a good evening, and I will see you soon again.